you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Second down in inches. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Here's the offense, and we give you too much power here. We let you highlight the player. Why'd you choose Zeitler?
Because I think the big guys up front never get enough credit. Kevin Zeitler, a guard, tough, nasty. We've got to give him some love.
On play action, they'll throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here's the Panthers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Lions will take over.
60 outlaw. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 19 carries, 94 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Gurley again here on first down. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL run...
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Carolina getting set to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity, because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
60 or.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And we look at this offense now, and Zach Martin will be important for this team today.
He's so good, Brandon, that you can play him at any position in the offensive line, and I think he's a Pro Bowl player at each spot.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
Back to throw. And able to find Dorsett. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works a defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down. He'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That catch good for 5. It's third down. They'll drop to throw.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that
he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Teddy Bridgewater, a first-quarter touchdown pass in that one. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Here you go. 18 Gator. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Like,
they run. It's Gurley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Mike, 55. Check.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but...
Ready?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here's the Panthers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help him at contract time.
He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's a second and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. They'll set up to throw. And that one's complete to Gurley.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Down. 90 Wolf. Check back. 2.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Second and 3. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. From 8 yards out. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
First down, Carolina.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. He'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Open man is Higbee, the tight end.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 35. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Back to throw here. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. David Onyemata able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have come to halftime, and what's already a 2-touch. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Andrew Billings in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon.
Ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 7 yards there and a first down. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. The first down run with Gurley good for only about 3. It's 2nd down now. A gain of 3, 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to the right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A quick throw complete to Chark. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
90 Wolf.
They'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's the Panthers punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one may be his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now a draw play for Gurley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
You ready? Mike 55, Mike 55. Stay with your man.
2nd and 11. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Cleveland Farrell make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. It felt like he was in the pocket all day, never got rid of it.
And when you have that much time, you've got to either find someone open or get rid of it, because with that amount of time to throw the ball, that means the offensive line's done a really nice job.
Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They will run again with Coleman. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Let's go.
So here are the Lions to take over. They've got the lead right now in this contest, and they're coming off that victory a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go 1st and 10.
Let's go. 50, plant. Blue down. Get it, play.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's the 2nd and 7. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes, and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Derrick Henry. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll set up to throw, and it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 2nd and 6. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a 1st down here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Go. Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see, right? Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. The Lions pick it up. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 30. 10, and oh, he will not get in. Took it all the way back inside the 5, but in the end, an exercise in futility. He doesn't get to the promised land.
So when the rules committee decided to put some excitement into the PAT, or the extra point, this is what they were talking about. Blocked, returned, nearly for 2 points, but great hustle and a big-time tackle prevented that.
That's what I was just going to say. Excellent hustle to stay with it after the block and make that tackle. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Slam.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
54. Get in the weight room.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he loses the football a second time.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Get that quarterback. And shoot.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A quick throw, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that.
And he lost the football, but I believe the Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
Here we go. 90 Wolf.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Complete. It's Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Ready?
Looking to throw. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Draw play, this is Henry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Back to throw here. This is Johnson, he's got it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Completes it to Dixon. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take... And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Tevin Coleman. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They'll look to throw. That's taken in by Callaway. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's taken down inside the 30. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. On 1st down, it's Gurley. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, they run with Gurley. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle.